The article that I picked for this video log was by Francine Johnston, The Timing and Teaching of Word Families. And one specific quote that I picked out was, "While even rhyme is not easily perceived by some children, it is one of the earliest instances of phonological awareness to emerge." Basically, how I interpreted that was teaching rhyming, such as in word families, is beneficial and is one of the first things that will emerge out of a student's learning for language arts. And so this article showed that research has shown for that it is beneficial to use word families at an appropriate time of a student's career. I know some teachers do debate whether or not to use word families. An example of a word family would be the at family, at and cat, fat, rat, so on and so forth. There are so many others, just a small example. The article was talking about how using word families is more beneficial to students when they are able to separate the onset and the rhyme rather than breaking up words into individual phonemes, because sometimes breaking up into individual phonemes can be harder for some students. Something else that showed prominent was pronouncing vowels is more stable for these students when word families are taught. And something that they encourage you to do is pay attention to inventive spelling of your students. That can help determine what your students do understand and what they aren't understanding about the English spelling system, and whether maybe you should stick with using word families or try a different method, because it doesn't work for everybody. An example of word families is this activity I put on here, like the eep family. And so we see a jeep, sleep, and sheep. And so the students would have to use the little word bank on the letter blank on the bottom to fill in the boxes up top to complete the word in the word family eep. And so one question that I have would be, what are some strategies that teachers can use with their English language learners to help them understand the sounds of word families and blends better? I personally feel like it would be a little harder for English language learners to understand word families, and maybe it just goes along with having to learn the English language. I just feel like it may be a little harder for them. So I'm just curious on some strategies that as a teacher in my future classroom I could use.